They being Google and Google AI. That's my research department, by the way. They came back and told me that they all came with. Welcome back to the Workbench, where we try to make things. And what we're continuing to try to make is Revell's 1956 Thunderbird model kit. And if you'd like to get one of your own, check the description down below. There's a link there for you. You can build along. But where we're at right now is working on the interior. And this is going to be a little bit of a quick update. I just wanted to update you where we were, or where I am, or where we are on the interior. And we're starting to get it painted up. So I believe last time we had it painted black. But now we need to put in the white accents, or at least that's what I'm working on. And I've done some research trying to figure out exactly the color scheme of the interior. And I think last time I mentioned that with a sunset coral body color, black and white was basically the go-to color interior. I think basically all of them were black and white from what I can understand, or at least the large majority of them. So that's what we're going to do, is black and white. We want to keep this, I don't know if I mentioned it last time, but we're building this kit to be like it just came off the factory floor. Like you just bought it from the dealership and just took it home, and then, this is what you got. So that's, I don't want to do anything custom. Let's put it that way at all. So I started painting the white. You can see we've got the white insert on the seats pretty well done. And then I left the door cards. I don't know how well you guys can see. So the seats, that's 3 coats of white to make that happen. It takes a lot of patience to kind of go in there and do that 3 times. And then I left the door cards 1 coat, so you can see kind of the difference and why it takes 3 coats, or at least it's taking me 3 coats to get a good finish, which I'm very happy with on the seats. And then I've in the research, I found that what we have here, white on the door cards, that is what would be white. You have a black armrest. Let me have something to point with here. Let's see. So this is a black armrest right here. Hopefully you guys can see it. That comes up this way. Of course, the dash. Let's put the dash in. You can see how it all kind of flows together. So the armrest kind of flows up under the dash, and then this piece here, and then all this. So this is like a big chrome trim piece here, which you can, hopefully you guys can kind of even see that right there. And then all this section where the window crank is and all that is all chrome, which runs all the way across the dash, and then of course into the next, to the other side, to the driver's side. So it kind of wraps around. You're kind of wrapped around by chrome. It's really cool. It's really nice. Now, so I haven't painted that. I haven't done anything with that because today I should have my bare metal foil arriving. So I kind of want to look at that before I decide I want to paint that chrome or I want to just bare metal foil it all. And one thing I did find out, I didn't realize, I was like, hey, let me look at the, because I was looking for the decals for the gauges and things. And I went and grabbed the decal sheet and I was like, oh, wow, they have the silver we can use. They have these decals here. They also had the white for the seats, which I had no idea. Here, I guess we were supposed to use that for the seats. I think the paint's gonna be much better. I have no idea how I probably could have used all the decal set in the world, and I don't know how it would have really got into this kind of tuck and roll stuff going on here. So I think the paint's gonna work. I probably will use, but we'll see. I might use the seatbelt decals, but it might do some seatbelts, so that it's not just a decal, it's actually a seatbelt. So we'll look at that yet. But they did have the silver decals for the to go in the doors and on the dash. But I think I'm gonna paint it. This is a little too, from what I've seen in the pictures, it's a little much too matte of a silver. It's like a chrome from what I can tell. Like, it's pretty high polished stuff that goes all the way around there. So I think we're either going to use the bare metal foil or I'll paint it. And as an example, I went ahead and painted the steering wheel. So this is the chrome, which I think looks pretty good. I got little spots of touch up, just tiny little spots of touch up I've got to do. In fact, I've got to touch right there. I can see I smudged some of the paint. Let me go ahead and see if I can get that off. But I think that looks pretty good on the steering wheel. And I'm not hesitant to use the chrome paint on the steering wheel or any of the interior, because it's going to be inside. It's not going to get touched. It's not going to get smudged up, all that kind of stuff down the road. And I think that looks really, can we get it to, if I can get it to zoom in, there we go. You know, it looks really nice. It's a really nice finish that comes out of the chrome pin. So I wouldn't mind using that on the interior also, but I do want to see what the bare metal is going to look like, because it might just be easier. But anyways, that's basically, what we've got going. So research department came back and let me know that apparently these cars did come, I think all of them from what they told me, they being Google and Google AI. That's my research department, by the way. They came back and told me that they all came with floor mats. So I think we're going to make some floor mats. In fact, I got a picture of a reproduction set of the floor mats. I'll put it, I think it's over there. Is it over there? Over there, over there. I'm going to put it on the screen so you can see. This is something I guess that we'll have to make ourselves. And then what that means is we don't have to flock the entire floor. So I don't want to, okay, let me show you what I'm talking about. Obviously the floor mats are going to sit right in here, right? Over, where in the footwells. The tunnel, so I also reached out to the research department and they came back. So the tunnel is carpeted. So this is all carpet underneath, and then there was floor mats on top of that, right? And you could see in the picture that the floor mats are actually a combination of rubber and carpet. So there's a big rubber part where your feet go, and then around is carpeted with a Thunderbird logo. So it's going to be a little bit of something to make. But I don't want to flock. So what I'm getting to, long story short, about flocking the carpet. I don't want to flock here or here because I don't want to raise the floor mats way off the floor. Now, the carpeted parts of the floor mat will be flocked, right? But we will have to flock where there's not floor mat, because that needs to be carpeted. So basically, the transmission tunnel will need to be flocked. So I think the way we're going to do that, so what we'll have to do first, and I think this is what we're going to do next time we get together here on the Thunderbird, is we're going to build the floor mats, at least the structure of the floor mats, because then that'll tell us where we need to flock the floorboard, which we'll be flocking where there is not mat. And then the mats will kind of sit down in that carpet a little, you know what I mean? It'll kind of sit down in the flocking. So they won't be sitting way up off. When you flock, floor mat, flock, it starts to get too thick, and you just can't get fine detailed enough on these 24/25 scale cars. You can't get a fine enough flocking to make it not, in my opinion, start to not look real. It starts to look, oh, okay, this is just, it's getting too thick. Anyways, but when you just kind of flock right to the edge and let it sit down, that works better. So that's what we're going to be doing next time, is building out the floor mats and then figuring out the flocking and getting that all done. I think that'll be a lot of fun, and it'll be a cool project too. But let me know what you think down in the comment section. Let me know what you think about the color interior. From what I can tell, it was basically from what I could tell, or at least what the research department tells me, is most all of the interior colors matched exterior colors, sans black and white. So if you didn't have an interior color that actually matched the exterior color, they would use a black and white interior. Does that make sense? And I don't remember which colors was which. Like you had a red body color, and so you had a red and white interior because they matched. They were the same color. There was no coral interior color. In fact, coral was that mid-year introduction or mid-year release to the car, or you could get it mid-year, that color. And so there was no coral interior you could get. Does that make sense? So if there wasn't a matching interior, it was black and white. So I think every one of them were black and white. Otherwise, you had some funky color on the inside. I mean, I guess you could have ordered it that way. I don't know. But anyways, and I also wanted to mention, so the roof, the roof of the car, international white. And you could get it either way. You could get it color keyed, so in other words, coral roof, or international white. And I think I'm going to do the white roof. I like the way that looks. Plus, it'll kind of match the white on the interior. Anyways, let me know what you guys think. If you agree with all this stuff, you agree with the mats, and you're excited about seeing, I don't know, seeing some mats made. I don't know how exciting that is, but we'll do that next time. Leave me those comments down below. Hit the like button if you would. Subscribe if you could. It's free. I don't know. Do all those things everybody tells you to do on YouTube. And I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.